Stardew Valley's red plate is one of the best dishes in the game. It boosts your max energy for the entire day, but today I want to know, can you actually eat it in real life, and would it taste any good? Because the in-game recipe is just red cabbage and radish, two ingredients that, let's be honest, most people don't reach for on their own. I personally love both, but I know they're not exactly crowd favorites, so today I'm going to try to turn them into something more comforting. A wintry red plate salad that might actually win people over. Hopefully. To make this feel like a complete dish, I started by roasting beets. I wrapped them in foil and baked them at 400 degrees for about an hour and a half. Roasting brings out their sweetness and softens that earthy flavor, which makes them the perfect base for this plate. Next up, the radishes. I sliced them in half, coated them with olive oil, and placed them cut side down in a baking dish. They roasted at 450 degrees for about 10 minutes. Just enough to soften them up while keeping a little bit of a crunch. For the cabbage, I used about half of a head for 2 portions. I chopped it finely and tossed it with a vinaigrette made from white vinegar, balsamic vinegar, honey, mustard, salt, and pepper. The goal here was balance, something bright and tangy to contrast the sweetness of the beets. To assemble the red plate, I started with the sliced, cooled beets as the base. Then I layered the red cabbage on top. I cut the roasted radishes into neat quarters and spread them throughout for texture and color. Then I added cubed feta for saltiness and a handful of blueberries for sweetness. Then I finished it off with microgreens. At this point, it looked surprisingly beautiful. The beets are sweet and mellow, not overly earthy. The cabbage is crunchy and bright from the vinaigrette. Roasting transforms the radishes, and they lose their sharp bite and become mild, almost buttery, while still keeping a satisfying crunch. The blueberries add little bursts of sweetness, balancing the salty feta perfectly. And somehow, all of these flavors work together. This turned out so much better than I expected. If you think you don't like radishes, roasting them might change your mind. My husband usually hates radishes, but he actually loved these. And I can definitely see why this dish gives you plus 50 energy in the game, because good God, that's a lot of vegetables. So what do you think? Does Stardew Valley's red plate look edible in real life? I genuinely love to see other versions of this, and if you've never roasted radishes before, consider this your sign to try, because it completely changes the flavor. Also, what Stardew Valley recipe should I try next? Thanks for watching.